Hola! I don't know exactly how to title this video or what exactly it's gonna be called, but what the fuck? Anyway, um, I really want to talk about how when you grow up with a certain group of people, they have this image of you, and it's really hard for them to let go of it and let you grow and let you be your own person, because your thoughts change, who you are changes, but they don't really think of you that differently. They only see your actions and your words, but they don't really know you as you are. This is hard for me to explain because this is something I really deal with and struggle with and kind of fight against. And not that I want to, because I don't necessarily think it's a great thing for me to like even push back against. I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't. But here's the thing, like, there's a lot of people in my life, family members especially, who have known me since I was obviously really young, including my parents, cousins, siblings, whatever, who have known me since I was really, really young and who think of me a certain way. And I recently, what made me think of all this is looking back at my old YouTube videos from 5, 6 years ago, even 3 years ago, and just like cringing at myself and being like, I still love that person and I am still that person, very much so, but I don't think I would necessarily do or say things the same way. What used to make me laugh wouldn't necessarily make me laugh. I don't think I have the same thought process. I don't think I would make necessarily the same decisions. I'm happy I made those decisions when I did, but I think I would now I would have different reasoning and I would go different directions. And the problem with people who have known you since you were a kid is that they think that you would make the same choices and they think they know you currently as you are, which they do because they've known you for a long time. But people change, and what's the problem with people who've known you for a long time is that they think that you haven't. They think that maybe your style has changed, or maybe and when you make choices that are different from what they're used to. I'm sorry, I thought my cousin's cat got outside. I think that's a different cat. Looks similar. I think that's a different cat. There's no way. Yeah, that's a different cat. The problem with like people who've known you when you were a kid, it's just that they don't allow you to grow. Like if you decide to like make a different choice, like I've decided I'm going to wear heels. My entire life I've been against heels, but for a really long time I've found an interest in fashion recently, and I've been interested in these things, and I've made new friends, and I've found my community online. And whatever your reason is, it doesn't really matter. You've sparked an interest somehow along the way in your travels, in your journey. And you're like, I'm going to buy my pair of heels and I'm going to wear them and I'm going to love them. The people who've known you since you were a kid or who have known you for a long time don't really allow that. They love to comment and make you feel. A lot of people don't have a problem with this. How do I explain this correctly? This is my example, the heel thing. If you start wearing heels, they're going to comment and say, ooh, look who's wearing heels now. Look who's wearing a dress now and never wanted to. Ooh, like just pointing a lot of fingers. And instead of allowing you to change organically as a human, they mark your change. They point at it and they make it loud and make it known, because they're already somewhere and they're looking at you and they're seeing it all happen. This is why I make a point to, when my younger cousins or the younger people in my life decide to make changes and decide to do things differently than they've always have, if their opinions change, or they've always said, I hate broccoli, or whatever it is. It can be something silly, or they're like opinions about what they wanted to do with their life changes, something drastic. I am 100% okay with allowing them to change, and I don't comment, I don't point, I don't make a spectacle of it, because I need them to feel free to grow organically and not feel shame, because some people don't care. Some people are free to don't feel like they're in a shell, and they don't feel like their family does that to them, or the people they've known do that to them. So they're allowed to just grow, and they're allowed to just make different choices all the time. But some of us feel stuck in a box, in a character, essentially, of a version of us that our family knows. We feel stuck there. And that's how I felt for a very long time. So I allow the younger people in my life to make changes, and I do it. I try my best. No one's perfect, obviously, to not comment and not, unless they ask for an opinion or anything, on these choices, because they should be allowed to feel safe with someone and feel like they're allowed to change. Like your whole life you felt like you didn't want to do this, but now you want to change. Okay, wherever that's coming from. Okay, it just it shouldn't, they shouldn't hide it from you, because then that's what ends up happening. You start changing in secret, and then when you change in secret, this is what happens. Years and years and years of you changing in your mind and within yourself happens, and suddenly you're a completely different person, and your family and the people closest to you don't recognize who you really are and treat you as you were 7 years ago or 10 years ago, as you were a child. And it's not necessarily their fault, because you have only shown them that side of yourself because you don't feel free to show them how much you've changed, because you've kept it inside, which is just something they didn't allow you to show them. It's like no one's fault, but it's at the same time, I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Like, I hope this isn't sounding crazy. It's just such a difficult topic for me, because I feel like I struggled with it so much growing up, and I don't know. I wanted to talk about this because I looked at my old YouTube videos, and I'm like, this is something my family would hold against me. They'd be like, this is who you are. When in reality, it's not. And I have family members who treat me like the person I was 5 years ago. And it's like, that's not who I am anymore. And I don't feel like sitting here and explaining who I am, currently. It just, I need to stop saying, it's just what it is. People change, and people should be allowed to change, but no one really thinks that far. People want to be a part of your life, and so they comment when things are new and when things happen. So it's no one's fault, really. But yeah, it just sucks. Yeah. I do have a brother, though, who allows me to change 100%, and they kind of they're very, not aware, but they're very conscious of the fact that I'm older and that they're not around all the time. So they're like, of course you're different. Of course you have different interests. And of course you're, they're very, logical about it. And then I have another sibling who definitely sees me as my younger self. And I don't care to, allow them to see my new self. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. Keeps everybody, I don't know, on their toes, I guess. I don't know. It's just a whole thing. I don't know. By the way, guys, I'm in love with this. This water tint, love it. From Etude, I love it. I've never tried this one. I feel like this one will go more with my outfit today. So we're going to try this one. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Actually, that looks somewhat natural. Well, trying to blend it out. I like it. Oh, I forgot to wear sunscreen. I hate putting sunscreen on last. I like putting it on before my other creams. I know that's not enough. I just don't want to ruin what's underneath. Doing the bare minimum today. Promise not to go outside. See? It's already ruining it. There's definitely sunscreens that I heard go right on top of makeup, And I've seen them too, and I really want them. All right, this has nothing to do with the video. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yo te amo. Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I want the best for you. And, yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. Wait, before you leave, let's try this on my cheeks. These water tints are my favorite thing to put on my cheeks because, I don't know, I feel like, and on my eyes because, like, you don't need to buy eyeshadow. You don't need to buy blush because it's all in one. The thing about it is, like, it just goes on the skin and it just, like, ooh, it's going a bit down. It, like, really penetrates. The thing is, you can't just leave it in one spot because then it's, like, stains, like, actually. Okay, I think that's good. Oh my god, I look so red. Ooh, I like the color though. My aunt a long time ago said red was my color. Ah! I really like that. Now let me put this rescue balm back on. Literally got shaken off. There we go. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Te amo. Bye. My fingers. Te amo, bye.